everyone to another new episode of the most famous person I barely met. I am your host, John McCaffrey, and for today's episode, I have my fearless co-pilot, Robert Bobby Schaub from Connecticut, drinking a Pabst Blue Ribbon. He has no endorsement from Pabst Blue Ribbon, but he drinks it anyway. And we're very excited, very honored, very grateful as our guest, Bobby Schaub's favorite hockey musician. In fact, everyone's favorite hockey musician. His band, the Zambonis, the premier, the number one, the exclusive rock music for the sport of hockey in the world. David Schneider. Dave Schneider, welcome. Lead singer of the Zambonis and the Levies, and a great guy. Hi, Dave.
How are you? Cut the David out. Only my mother and my ex-girlfriend call me David. So
Well, we dated for a little while, so
yeah, that's right.
No. All right.
How
No
are
more
you?
David. How are you, Dave?
I'm good. How are you, John? Hello, Rob. How are you?
Great, Dave.
Rob, Rob, show your jersey to the people out there.
All right. I'm wearing a game worn Missouri River Otters jersey, and I chose this one because they were in the United Hockey League. And that's the last New Haven club was in the last team before they destroyed the Coliseum was the New Haven Knights. They played in the USL.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, great hockey town, no more. The Beast of New Haven, the New Haven Nighthawks, and then the New Haven Knights finally finished up in the UHL.
I'm in my room right now. Can I take a walk to the left?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Hold on one second. This is what's in reach of. I'll just grab anything that's in reach.
Okay.
Ready? 1, 2, hang on, one more. I can't see it, so forget it. I thought I'd grab. Oh, there it is. Hang on. There. All right. All right, that wasn't bad. All right. This sort of sums who your guest is up today. Here's a Nighthawks game puck.
Oh, wow. Beautiful.
Let's see. There's a Zambonis puck.
Oh.
A Nirvana 45 and the inaugural season yearbook from the Beast of New Haven.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
That's worth money. I saw that on Antique Roadshow the other day. It was.
I love that you said that's worth money. This is worth like $300. This is worth $16. But I like your thought process.
Is there blood on those pucks? Is there dried blood on those pucks?
Only from trying to get more exposure for the Zambonis. That's the only.
You could tell me it's true. They said Kurt Cobain was a great left winger. But I don't believe it. I believe it. I don't know if he had any great causes, but he was a fighter. He was a fighter. If it wasn't for the heroin, he would have played for the Toronto Maple Leafs, I've heard.
I did see. I know Rob is in New Haven right now. I saw Nirvana at the Moon in New Haven, Connecticut. Really? I went to Toad's place to see a show with my friend Matt, and about 4 songs in, I said, "Hey, this sucks. There's a band Nirvana playing over at the Moon. Let's go see them." And we walked in 2 songs in. No lie. We walked out from that show. We took a right. We went to the Wawa to get our typical Yoo-hoo and cookies after the show. And we were both like, was that one of the greatest shows you've ever seen in your life? And
3 guys.
It was mind-boggling.
Awesome. 3 guys.
They were melodic and rocking. It was weird and it was fun. And people don't realize that band was a lot of fun.
They were fun. No one noticed it, but in my days when I liked an adult beverage quite a bit, I used to air guitar left-handed to Nirvana songs just because to honor him. But no one knows.
It's on YouTube. He was a great guitar player.
He was.
He's just doing all this stuff, but great notes are coming out in these melodies. So it's cool.
So, Dave, and I'll give a little more of your history. What I know, Dave is from Trumbull, Connecticut, right? Born and raised. And the connection here is Robert and I went to Villanova with a lot of Trumbull guys. Of Trumbull guys. The great Harold Jensens and Johnny Brancas and Frank Corzellis and Chris Keatings and the rest. And they would always bring you up. They would always bring it up. You were like so loved by them. And so we got to know you through that. And then as I got a little older and graduated, I saw you play. And one of the great music nights of my life, you probably, because you've done so many gigs, but it was some bar up there in Connecticut. And after you were done, you stayed around and you played every song that we drunkenly yelled at you from the 80s. Pixies, and Dave could do them all. He could do them all, and you were so gracious. And then
Well,
Rob,
I
yeah.
think it was the Bear and Grill in Fairfield, Connecticut.
it was the Bear and Grill. That was one of the greatest places ever, because I know that I won't say the last name, but there was some sort of mob ownership connection. And you know how the bar stools, you know that bar where you on the stool where you put your feet while you're sitting?
Yeah.
The guy came over, and I have a lawyer friend. And the bouncer walks over and goes, "Take your feet off the stool." and I'll say his name's Steve, because I'm still friends with him. He goes, "It's a footstool. That's for your feet." Hey, take your feet off the stool or out. Unbelievable.
It was a hell of a night, I gotta tell you. Yeah. You played everything.
But the other secret to that is, on guitar is Steve Tansky, and that night on bass was John Alley. And those guys, Steve is still in the band. John, we still play together once in a while, but I can, fake some words and I can sing some tunes, but those guys can play any song by ear, which is a great group to have around you. But yeah, I remember that, because that was also the time Steve was very disgruntled, and you'd hear him mumbling around the fifth hockey song we play. "I don't want to play any more hockey songs." And with each bear, "I don't want to play any more hockey songs." He's getting louder. And then out comes, now. He starts playing "Here Comes Your Man,"
Oh my God.
And that's the end of the hockey songs.
I was in heaven. I've never before since had an experience. Anything we yelled out, you guys played. It was amazing. It was really good. And then Bobby and I saw you at a gig in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, with the Zambonis, and there was a hockey player that you really loved, right, Robert, that died. What was his name? Kordick. And I was trying to write a song for you for Johnny Kordick, but it was a great show. I don't know if you remember, in Williamsburg. I'm sure of it. It was a really cool show.
The Brooklyn shows are a little blurry to me.
Yeah, you were a little blurry, but you were great.
Was it Freddie's?
Yeah, you were having a fight with somebody. I don't know what was going on, but you were good. You were great.
Might have been Freddie's.
Yeah, Freddie's. And then, of course, my last little tribute to you before I hear from you more. My breakup, my first marriage imploded right around when I was listening to the Zambonis. And I kid you not, I would listen to these songs and cry like a baby. The Referee's Daughter, which I don't know why, hit me so hard. And it carried me into my very happy life now with my new wife. So I love that song. My favorite songs, I'm going to have Dave talk in a second. It's from the Zambonis, Hockey on the Moon, The Referee's Daughter, Slapshot Love, which I just adore, and now The Captain. So enough of me talking. Dave, a little bit more about you. So tell us about the Zambonis. How did they start?
I could tell you how they started, but the 4 songs you chose shows you're a sensitive man.
Thank you.
and you get the band. The band. Anyone, I would guess, if there's 50 people listening, 2 might know about the Zambonis. But the reason for that is the 4 songs you name. We only write songs about hockey. If we wrote 50 shot scores, or there's a fight on the ice, I'm sure we'd be more mass popular. But we take a very artistic approach to writing songs about hockey, life, love, and hockey. So the Zambonis started in December 31st, 1991 at 11:30 at night. So it really is 91.
Drop the puck.
It was a New Year's party, and that was our first show, and we went into 92 at midnight. So that's about the start of it. But just started, I love these 2 guys and the band they had called the Philistines Jr. very interesting band. And man, did I get lucky and pick the right two guys. And one of those guys is Peter, who I'm going to New Haven tonight. Um, they were in this great band who were just so different than anything else, and they ended up getting called to be on these Peel sessions from England, which was a big deal. John Peel found so many bands, from the Buzzcocks to the Fall. He had Led Zeppelin on. I mean, this guy was a huge influence on music. Nirvana, Pavement, and he worked for the BBC. He had the Peel session, and he called those guys and like, oh, this is John Peel from England, and is this the Philistines Jr. in Greenwich? And they hung up immediately. And then they called back, and eventually I went over with them in England. We talked for a while to John Peel. We're sitting in someone's flat that night, and I just wanted to be in a band with these guys. And I said, hey, there's no hockey on. Let's write some songs about hockey. And Peter did not like that idea, but Tarkin said, okay. And that night we wrote Take Off That Mask and a song called Davy Hattrick.
I love Davy Hattrick.
Yeah, because in England at that time, there was a band called the Headcoats, and they were doing Davy Crockett, which is basically Davy Hattrick. And that's how it started. We came back, and this record company heard a couple songs, and one being Away Game and the other being Referee's Daughter. And they're like, well, we'll give you a record deal. So I was like, okay. So we got a record deal. They were a subsidiary of Sony, and that was the beginning. And it's 33 years later, and we still do it.
And you played everywhere, right? And you played some big NHL events, right? Is that true?
Yeah, All-Star games and Stanley Cups and Latvia and all over the place. But we just love when the gig's right, wherever it is, when the band is right, there's nothing better. And this Sunday we play with the Monkees, Mickey Dolenz and
I heard that
Monkees, who's left, but it's Mickey and this great band, and it's a great show. So yeah.
Hey, Dave, how do you write the songs? Do you write the lyrics, or how does it work with the band?
Most of the time it comes up with an idea, if I'm just plucking away, and I don't know, things just sort of happen. But recently, one new song called I Don't Like Hockey No More, which I really love. And that was written with the band in the basement. I write the words, but that's a great song. That'll come out in the next couple weeks. And then there's this other one, There Ain't No Ice, about how, I don't know, you guys are from New England. You used to just go to the pond and play hockey around here.
Right.
Now you got to drive 3 hours towards the north to find ice.
That's right.
So that's reality. That I'm not a snowflake. I'm not a hippie. It's just the truth.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. So that it just, good idea starts a song, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I appreciate you calling me sensitive on it, but I like when music's good, I love it. And I love your sound. And the Hockey on the Moon, it's got huge meaning. It's Cold War. We were Cold War kids. You know what I mean? And it's about the America winning the Olympic medal then, but it's just a beautiful meld of that. It's cryptic too. I dig it. Yeah,
that's where we really figured out. And Peter was like, Peter's such a tough guy, and I didn't finish, but Peter ended up leaving in 2001 because he was too busy producing other bands, and he made, first 2 records by Interpol and 5 records by the National, and
great band.
Trey's solo record, Frightened Rabbit, this beautiful band from Scotland, and 200 other records. He won a couple Grammys. So Pete does well. But that song, I played Peter a demo of that song, and he's like, oh, and he always starts with, no, that sounds like this, that sounds like this, that sounds like this. But then after 4 listens, he jumps in. And that, initially he's like, this sounds like Camper Van Beethoven and the Flock of Seagulls. Like, that's great. That's perfect.
Yeah.
So
you're speaking to my heart. I saw Flock of Seagulls in like 1983, screaming Iran at the top of not the country, but the 2 words, Iran. So Bobby, do you have a Zamboni question for our friend?
Yeah, I believe I remember you drinking out of the Stanley Cup. Is that true? many years ago? Did you guys you must have done a gig or a party?
Well, we had a great fan in this guy, Matt Cullen. You guys heard
Oh,
Matt
from
Cullen?
the Hurricanes, right?
Hurricanes. And yeah, he liked the band, and they won the Stanley Cup with the Canes in 2005. And Matt's wife called us, got in touch, and said, "We're having a Stanley Cup party in Fargo. Would you guys consider?" And I was like, yep, we consider. And we went out there, and it was unbelievable. At the time, our drummer, Matt Orifice, that's how you pronounce that last name, even though he says Orifici, he never took a drop of alcohol once in his life, never. And he said, the only way I'll drink is if it's poured from the Stanley Cup. So it's on YouTube. Matt Cullen poured about 2.1 ounces of Michelob Ultra Light into the Stanley Cup, tipped it over, and then he drank it.
Yep. He hasn't stopped since.
Yeah. That triggered something.
Yeah, he's dead. He's dead.
It was it.
No.
Michelob Ultra. They buried him in it. Oh my God.
But then Matt won again with the Penguins. So that was another party in 2009.
You drank out of their cup too?
Oh, yeah. You drink out of that cup all the time. And then 2 weeks ago in Paramus, New Jersey, my friend Brian, and I got to be honest with you, I've been a little spoiled. I used to work for Versus. I've met the cup many times. I don't need to meet the cup anymore. I've had enough of the cup. People puke in the cup and then you drink. So I was sort of done with the cup. And my friend Brian said, I'd like to invite you, because I know you're in this hockey band, to go to a Stanley Cup party in Paramus. And initially I was like, thank you, Brian. I really appreciate it. But then as Tuesday rolls around, it's a Tuesday night. It's a perfect night to go to Paramus. So we go. And it was one of the most interesting things. The person who had the cup, this was literally 2 or 3 weeks ago. They're the head team analytics guy for the Florida Panthers.
Oh.
And this guy, his name's Sonny. He was a savant musician, moved to professional poker player, met someone, and became the head of analytics 5 years ago for the Florida Panthers. And they've won 2 in a row. Wow. So I guess we should write the movie Moneyball.
Yeah, that's so cool. So
but
cool.
We drank out of the cup, and then they brought that last thing, and then I'll let you guys speak and get out.
No. We're here for you.
We drank out of the cup again, and this was different because this was a little fancier. The other was hockey players just pouring beer. This, they poured champagne, and everyone, and there was a lot of older folks there. Everyone drank out of the cup, but they just kept on refilling the champagne. It's not like they wiped it or anything. And every older person over 60 goes to the cup like this. and I don't know how the whole party's not dead from germs, but we everyone drank that swill of champagne with their mouths. It was disgusting. And then 40 minutes later, the Panthers supposedly say the only way they win the cup is if they eat the team chef's meatballs. And the team chef comes out, puts 50 meatballs in the cup, stirs it up, and everyone, I got the footage. I had to. I'm just eating the meatballs out of the cup, and I'm alive. I haven't been sick in 3 weeks.
And who says hockey is not a cultured sport? Come on.
Oh my God. Yeah. So anyway, yes, I've been around that.
During COVID, they probably wore a mask while they drink out of the cup, right? What did they do? That could have killed the whole city.
I don't know. I guess the alcohol kills COVID. Who knows?
So you and the cup have run its course, as they say. You're no stranger to the cup.
No stranger, but I did. It was thrilling to be around it again. And nice. That guy gave a number for them winning. I said, "What number did you put on the Panthers to win last year?" He said, 87.6%. Wow. I said, "Wow, what do you think this year?" He said, "I don't think." And he goes, 89%.
So those meatballs ready.
Yeah.
So such good. And so Zambonis aren't your only band. You're also founded a band with a member of Guster, which is, if you haven't heard Guster out there, kiddos, get a listen. They're good.
Great.
The Levies, right? Is that true?
Believe me, yep.
And it's a kind of a celebration of Jewish rock. Is that sort of, do I got it right, or what? How would you describe it?
It's a celebration of Jewish culture.
Jewish culture. Sorry.
You know, we made a record called Hanukkah Rocks. The Zambonis were on tour with Guster and Adam, there's three guys in Guster, four, but the three main guys started it. And I was friends with Ryan and Brian, but Adam was so good looking. I sort of was very intense. It was kind of like your friend Chris Keating.
Yes.
I couldn't be friends until Chris gained 30 pounds. And
he's good looking. He's
real good looking, but I love Chris. And so Adam's like, hey, Schneider. And I hate the last name thing too. Yeah. It's like, hey, Schneider, you want to go on the back of the bus and write a couple songs about Hanukkah? And I was like, okay, let's do it. And I thought he was kind of bullshitting me, but we went to the back of the bus and we clicked and we wrote 3 songs in 1 hour, recorded it on his M box. We didn't even have phones to record. And 3 days later, he's like, guess what? I said, what's that? He said, I gave those songs to Dalton, Guster's manager. And he said, Warner Brothers wants to sign us.
Oh my God.
So I don't know if you're out there writing songs about things, but it doesn't hurt. Well, back then it didn't hurt to write some songs about Hanukkah. I don't know if it's going to work.
They're great. They're great. And for all those celebrating out there, Happy New Year soon. Rosh Hashanah is here. So
thanks, man.
Check out Hanukkah Rock.
Levy's hit the road this year, December. So we did an NPR Tiny Desk 2 years ago. We did a PBS special last year, which goes national this year. And we'll be in Beverly, Mass, Fairfield, Connecticut, Stockton University in Jersey, Phoenix, Arizona, and Bath, Maine this December.
Buddy. Well, congratulations. It's so great. And your passion is still high for all this music and all that?
Higher than ever. Yeah, creation, being creative is the key to happiness for me.
Yeah, well, I can tell. And I mean, you make people happy. It's songs anyone hearing my voice, listen to the Zambonis, listen to Levy's, you'll be so happy. And it's hockey music, but man, it's not. It's got a lot, and it hits me. And Bobby's the one who turned me on, Dave, to all the the great alternative music. He got me into Joy Division and all that kind of stuff. I've never looked back. And when I heard you, it was all of it. So I'm in. Robert, now we're going to switch to the part of the program where we ask you, but Bobby is going to do a shift change. Robert, you got a shift change there?
Oh, do you want me to put on another shirt? All right.
I do. We planned this already. This is how coordinated we are, Dave. He's got another shirt for you.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
What do you got there, Bobby?
I got an AHL Manitoba Moose 25-year anniversary jersey. And
if those glasses, you look like a Hanson brother from Slapshot.
Rob, are you married or were you married?
I am married. Believe it or not.
And you've been married.
Beautiful wife.
I've been married for 31 years almost. No, 31. Yeah, 31 already.
The 2 jerseys you've represented are game worn or game used?
Game worn.
And your wife is still with you?
She's still with me. I got a few others.
Did you hit by a hockey puck? No.
Maria, just skip the like 69 Mustang and just go straight to the game worn.
I didn't even have a car for a while. I was driving a scooter. So
that's what I figured. You've made the right decision.
She's the brains and beauty of the organization too. She was on a show. She's great. Maria is really something. Yeah. All right, Dave, not David, Dave.
Wait, I'm going to do a shirt change too.
Okay, you do a shirt change. We shift change. I'm going to stay in this because the only one that makes me not look.
If I did that, everyone would get sick right now.
It's so good when you get a record deal. You're fat and you take off your shirt.
It's like Ryan Fitzpatrick, but better. Put the kids to bed. Here we go. Now it's a party. Now it's a brawl. I hope he's coming back. This is too much fun. He's getting something for us, Robert.
That was funny. I didn't even realize my glasses were all messed up.
Oh,
This
nice.
is my shirt, all right? Check
Nice.
this out. So this is, I'm going to tell you who that is in a second, but
Okay.
I know what that is.
who is it?
Is that from the Minutemen? Is that Mike Watt?
Look at you, right? Yeah, it's
That's
Mike Watt.
that's a great 1980s kind of hardcore group.
Yeah.
I believe out of Minneapolis. No, or am I messing that
No,
up?
this is a tough one. San Pedro,
San Pedro.
California.
Final Tap.
But my son was so embarrassed the other day. He said, "Why are you wearing a Jeffrey Epstein shirt at the ice cream store?"
Yeah, that is kind of Epstein-ish.
Well, they never saw Mike Watt and Jeffrey Epstein in the same room.
I
love it.
I wanted to say the joke, but it's too dark that I liked his early work, but that doesn't really answer.
We steer clear of that. All right, Mr. Schneider, here we go.
Did it again.
All right, here we go. Now,
yes.
People like Dave, they've met everybody. They're in the back of the bus with famous people. This is nothing big for him. But if you don't mind sharing a story of the most famous person or people, maybe one or two here, you barely met, and we will let you go. We drop the puck, and here you go. Hit us.
Okay. I'm kind of a little famous, for this story, but a lot pop in my head. But the first one would be Bob Dylan.
Nice. He was a winger for Manitouk.
Yes, he played for the Minnesota North Stars. I went to see, and this story, I will say, this story is animated really beautifully on YouTube. If you just if you do a search for Zamboni Dylan story, and Ryan Miller from Guster is the host of this animated thing, and the way this started was, I love a story, and to me, this is a good story, and so I go to see the Tom Petty Bob Dylan tour at the Hartford Civic Center in 1985, and a friend of mine, his father, got us a special parking pass. So you drive in and you go underneath the Hartford Civic Center, and basically it's not even a parking lot. We just parked near where the bus was. Basically, you're employee parking. And we go to the show. We leave the show. We take this elevator. We walk down the stairs. We come out this door. And as we're walking towards our car, walking towards us, I'm walking and walking, and he's walking towards us. It's this guy in a white sweatshirt and two big dudes flanking him on each side. And as we walk towards him, I say to my friend, Bob, that's Bob Dylan. And we're walking, and they're walking towards us. We're walking by. I go, Bob, that's Bob Dylan. It's Bob Dylan. Now he sort of walks by us. I go, oh my God, it's Bob Dylan. And I'm 16, so. Actually, I'm 18 or something. Yeah. So I turn around and I start following Bob Dylan, these two guys. I'm Bob, and I'm moving pretty quickly. It's faster than a walk. It might be called a jaunt. And I'm Bob, and I'm chasing him, and I'm getting pretty close. I go, Bob, Mr. Dillon, and he turns around, and I was already running, so I sort of went in towards him, and he looked right at me. He goes, I don't know you, suck a dick. And he turns around and he walks away. And I scream, Bobby, talk to me. He talked to me.
Oh my God.
I don't know you, suck a dick.
There's a lot there. I think there was a metaphor there. He was trying to say something, but it didn't deter you from music.
Oh God, no. Like I said, I was at the time, anything, I didn't know anyone then, and to be exposed to anybody of that caliber was exciting. And I didn't think of what an idiot I was to do that. But the great part of that story is due to my friend Peter, partner in the Zambonis, he would tell this story to everyone that would record with him. And the guys in Guster or whoever, these other bands would, the Dylan story. I go to my friend Joe's wedding. Fred, the drummer, is now playing the Wallflowers. He tells his Dylan story, which is a great Dylan story. All these Dylan stories, but my story sort of stays in the mix of Dylan stories. And then
timeless. It's timeless.
And one of the bands Peter produced, and they spent a ton of time in Bridgeport, more than a year and a half, is this band Interpol. And Paul Banks, the lead singer of Interpol, he becomes friends with Bono. And he's at some New Year's party or something with Bono, and he tells Bono the Dylan story. Bono goes, "That's so Bob, let's call him." So it soared right back to Dylan 25 years later, which is great.
That's great. That's got legs.
And I almost went, some friends were playing with him, and they're like, "You should go tell Bob your story." And I didn't do it.
You're out there, Bob, and you hear it. Well, here we go.
He's heard enough.
You never wrote a song with that title?
No, but that video sums it up. It's all animated. It's great. It couldn't be done better.
Such a good thing. I love it. So
that was it. That was it.
And that starts the punk rock, right? You were different. Dylan, I think Dylan was threatened by you.
I don't think so.
I think so too. He saw something. That's really good.
I still love Dylan. I mean,
I love him too. He's good. I love
the records he's putting out now are great too. So
what's your favorite Dylan song?
It's tough, but I mean, you'd have to go back to Blonde on Blonde, but I love it's tough. Still Waiting at the Altar. There's a lot of tricky ones, but Not Dark Yet was recent, 97, and then off the Modern Times record, even more recent, Something Mountain. I'm bad with titles, but Something Mountain. His newer songs are unbelievable. It's crazy.
My favorite is I'm not trying to. It reminds me a little of your music. I love the song Most of the Time.
Most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time. It was in this movie called High Infidelity, one of my favorite movies with John Cusack about a record.
Oh, the movie in Big Lebowski too. That's a great song.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
That was a throwaway tune. That's a throwaway tune.
Well, Dave, that was a great. You got another one for us? You got one more? Can you share, please?
I got well, you could choose. You could choose Pete Townshend, Betty Davis, or Michael Jordan.
Robert, I'm going to let Robert decide.
I would go Pete Townshend on that out of those three.
All right, I'll do Betty Davis. No,
you know
I'll give you too quick. Pete Townshend
and Betty Davis.
He was on my wall when I was in high school. When you guys were in high school, was Talking Heads and the Who and the Beatles, and that was a guy I was really. I'm not intimidated by anybody, but I was definitely intimidated by Pete Townshend. And my brother worked at MTV at the time, and I went to see Big Country on their first show ever in the U.S. at the Ritz. And the bassist for Big Country, Tony Butler, was in Pete Townshend's solo band, as was Mark Brzezicki, the drummer from Big Country. So we go to the Ritz and we have backstage passes, and I'm walking and Pete Townshend's walking by, and it's really the only time I've ever froze. My hand went up and I went to speak, and he just walked right by. And he looked great. It was that I just stopped doing cocaine look 2 weeks ago.
He didn't tell you to suck a dick or anything like that?
No. But after reading his book, I'm sure he would have had me do that.
Don't get fooled again, Dave. Don't get fooled again.
But yeah, that was the Pete Townshend. Okay. I'll skip Jordan. I saw him in a hallway, and I wanted to get an autograph, and his bouncers came out and stopped me very quickly. But Bette Davis isn't a bad one, so I'm giving you the Bette Davis one.
Bring it on.
Fresh material. Oh, let me go. I gotta leave for 1 second.
Okay.
Hang on.
Is he gonna put on a Bette Davis wig? This is Robert. Why don't you throw on your Amherst? We'll do a shift change. Put on your last jersey. Audience, you're getting a lot of fashion here. Robbie, we'll see if Dave notices the change.
All right, guys. In this book,
Oh my God.
it's my scrapbook.
Nice.
Go. Get ready.
We're ready.
So I'm 13 and I'm on a plane coming back from Sanibel Island.
Okay.
And damn, I shouldn't have done that. I got the damn. Oh no, I shut the door on that. Hang on. Well, there's no time limit, right?
No.
All right, let's see.
While you're pulling that up, I will say that I saw that same Big Country tour.
Did you see that?
I saw in Philly I think it was the next night.
Oh, really?
The bass player and the drummer, they were pros. I mean, they were like session musicians. They were phenomenal. But the players that was one of the best live bands ever.
As I'm looking for what I'm looking for, look what I find. The set list from the Ritz.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. 1,000 Stars, Harvest Home.
They were staying, obviously, in Poughkeepsie.
Nice.
Yeah, look at that. It's got the...
Nice.
Oh, here it is. I think I found it. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. All right. So I'm flying home from Sanibel Island, and I've never told this story besides to my son and my wife.
Oh, beautiful.
And we walk on, and I'm young, but I like movies, and we went to my Uncle Lou's 90th birthday party at the time, and I'm with my dad, and we walk by first class, and I look to my left, and I see Bette Davis sitting in first class as we walk to the peasants program. And I said to my dad, and my brother was very savvy. He was 3 years older, but he always wrote letters to celebrities and got autographs back in the day, Milton Berle, And I said to my father, I want to write her a note. So he goes, go ahead. So I write her this note, and here it is here. And it says, Miss Davis, my Uncle Lou, who is 92 years old, has admired you for many years. If there is no trouble, can you please sign this for him? Thank you. And I walk by first class, and I slide the note on her desk, on her little table, and I pretend to go take a pee, because it's not like now. You don't pee for 3 days when you're 13 years old. And I walk back, and she grabs my hand, and she hands me a napkin.
Oh.
And she says, wipe my mouth.
What?
And that's her lipstick. I had to wipe her mouth.
You wiped her mouth?
With this napkin. She handed me this napkin.
Wow.
And then she said, give this to Lou. And it says, hello to Lou, Bette Davis.
Wow.
Pretty cool.
Buddy, that is incredible. I have to ask, why didn't she?
And then I banged her in the bathroom.
Yeah, okay.
We may have to edit that.
That might not make it. Well, she's gone. She can't sue us. I have to ask, why didn't she wipe her own mouth with it?
I don't know. She's got a lot of assistants.
That's a little odd. I don't know. It's a little.
She was older. Was
she wearing mittens or something that she couldn't do it, or like?
I'm not sure. But
now I have to ask. So then, this was before the song from King Carnes came out, right?
Yes. 80. Well, let's see. I dated this. Let's see.
Bette Davis Eyes was like what, 1980?
That's tough. 10/29/85.
I think it was right about the same time, right?
That was probably before even.
When was Kim Carnes' song? Well, we'll look it up.
No one knows the answer to that
late,
question
young.
but Kim Carnes.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if when you hear that song, if you don't have some sort of, visceral reaction to it.
Unfortunately, it's never hit me viscerally. But
And I gotta say, it doesn't look like just lipstick. It looks like there's some food on that. What was she eating? Like a shepherd's pie or something?
It looked like a Salisbury steak. Yeah, it's timed right.
Wipe my. I don't know what's more jarring: suck my dick from Dylan or wipe my mouth from Bette Davis. But I
think the only time you made it is when you ask for an oral favor, you tell someone to do an oral.
I think you got to write songs in the next decade. One, suck my dick, and one, wipe my mouth, and that is so good. Good.
Yeah.
And Dave, do you notice that when you were gone, Robert did another shift change? Could you show
let me see.
Robert?
What'd you put on? Oh, it's at the Amerks?
The Rochester Amerks.
My hometown.
I gotta meet your wife.
Rochester Amerks. Dave, I think, have you ever played the Amerks up there in Rochester?
We played Rochester, cold cheese. There's a lot of.
I'm gonna make it my mission to get the Zambonis up to an Amerk game.
I would love to. I feel like it was the first time I've ever seen a drive, and this says a lot for you and your parents or people, your friends' fathers. It's the first time I ever saw a drive-through liquor store was Rochester.
We are very proud of a lot of things up there, and that's one of them. We have Genesee beer. We have Genesee beer. We got the garbage plate. I don't know if you ever had
Tahoe's.
Nick Tahoe's garbage plate. We got a lot. And now we have the Buffalo Bills. If we can.
And you had a band, one of my favorite bands ever, called the Colorblind James Experience.
Nice.
Fantastic.
They were from Buffalo. They're from Rochester.
And there's a little band called Foreigner.
Little band.
All right.
A move to Memphis.
All right.
There you go.
That's a great song.
They are so, and John, I can tell you have a brain and you use it. You need to listen to this band. They're so smart. Making a move to Memphis was great, but they have some really deep things.
What I'm going to do tonight. Dave, you're too fun. You're really good. I think everyone's enjoying this so much. I have a last question. I always ask every guest a last question.
For enough money, I would. What is the question?
Here it goes. If all right, you can do it fast. If you saw Bob Dylan again, what would you say to him?
Thank you for the music.
Okay. If you saw Bette Davis again, what would you say to her if she was a living?
Wipe my mouth.
And if you saw Mr. Pete Townshend, what would you say to him?
I think I just would want to sit down and talk about his record called Every Cowboy Has Chinese Eyes, because I love that record. I'd like to find out more about that record. He never really talks about that record.
That's nice.
I think skirts.
Well, this has been a lot of fun. I want to really thank you. Audience members, I cannot recommend enough. I'll put links to Dave's music. The Zambonis are so good. The Levies are so good. He's such a good guy, really funny.
Thank you.
If you can see him, and you're playing with the Monkeys. What are you
playing
doing?
with Mickey Dolenz this Sunday, the 28th, at the District Music Hall.
Okay.
And we're playing in November 13th in New York City with Underdog Woman and the Hand Farter. All Howard Stern's greatest. A dear friend of mine, Rich Brown, who had a show on MTV called Oddville. A great show. They had every great band in the world. They're my guest on my radio show in 2 weeks.
Okay.
But they're doing an anniversary show for their cable access show and Oddville called Beyond Vaudeville. And the Zambonis are the house band. And he discovered Underdog Woman, and the Hand Part always had Al Lewis on. So it's a really cool show. It's a Comedy Village in New York City.
Al Lewis, the Munsters, right? The
Munsters, the greatest interviewee.
I met that son of a bitch once on the street. We talked basketball for an hour. He was a basketball scout.
Yeah, he was. He loved it. He loved it. Yeah.
Yeah, he couldn't get me away from him fast enough because I kept yelling something about Walt Bellamy at him. He didn't like that. Bobby, any last words for Mr. Dave here?
No, that was a very good show. That was the best show we've done, I think.
Yeah, that was really good. Maybe we'll have you back. We got a lot. There's a lot of room here. There's a lot of room.
Yeah, we
And
got.
you got to be shirtless the whole time. That's
the shirtless show. The shirtless show could
we'll
really.
call it the shirtless. I might hit the gym. Maybe I'll go shirtless. And Rob, right? Rob, maybe
I wouldn't do that to the public. I really.
Yeah, no gym hitting.
He's got 3 jerseys on now. Bobby, what's the max? How many jerseys can you get over your head before you
I do have more. I actually do have.
Okay.
I have a few more. This one's a beautiful one. This one's the Calgary Wranglers from the AHL. Beautiful shirt.
That's a great one.
He's got, they're gonna be worth money one day, Bob. Hold on to them. Hold on to them.
They're not. They're not.
Anyway, out there, kids, like if you like, subscribe to the channel, follow the link, listen to the Zambonis, listen to Levy's Go See Dave's show, listen to his radio show. He's a really fun, talented man, and I'm happy he makes music, and I appreciate him on this show. And Bobby, you are the best Ed McMahon going right now in podcast world.
Yeah, I'm as drunk.
And how about we give a little Go Trumbull, Connecticut. The great
Golden Eagles.
great time. All right, and Chris Keating, stay good looking. All right,
Chris and Frank. All right, you got it.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Take care.